Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Spike.
I am Drew.
He's very low key tonight. Saddle up under the bar. It's 8:05 Live with Spike and Drew.
It is.
Broadcasting live from the Californian coast to Iowa. Wait, is that still a state? Two guys that have had more cocktails than Jenna Jameson.
Hard to believe.
Right.
Hands on the clock. It's 8:05 Live with Spike and Drew.
That's me and you.
That's you and me.
That is.
You have a we have a jam-packed show. How's everybody doing? Get out your cocktails. We'll wait a minute for everybody to log in.
Dude, this is what I love about you, because I come into this show and you told me we were going to have a great show this morning. And I was like, yay, because I got nothing. So, thanks for picking me up, brah.
This is a good one. Boy, oh boy. We got I got a couple good stories for the weekend, and then the countdown of stuff we're gonna have fun with it. Let me tell you that. But let's get a shot, or so. I don't have a shot. I have my vodka. So
I have a little of that Macallan left in a little tumbler here.
Yeah. Who would I was thinking on the trip? I can't bring any booze, right?
No,
because they only let you bring like a thimble full of liquid.
Well, your check bag you could. Why?
We're going to try not to check a bag.
You can't bring any booze, but I have booze here, as luck would have it.
Shocker!
I know, right?
So, who are we toasting this evening?
Come on, you got to look.
Shocker! Got it.
Right. I would say I don't know. I toasted last weekend to dead people. Last week, yeah.
Let's see. Let's do that. I am sharing this. Oops. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not.
Sort of guy.
I'm quickly sharing this to my timeline so we can get 2 or 3 more people watching.
Right.
The
stunk ones and the drober ones.
That's funny. That's a funny one.
Bobby the Brain. We never toasted Bobby the Brain.
Yeah, what a loss there.
Right.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, big heel in the WWEF, whatever you want to call it.
WW Queef.
I heard he's a good guy, and so he played the part of a shield to a T. I mean, when you can elicit that much hate, that is freaking acting. And I had a discussion about that today too. Some guy went and saw it, and he didn't want to, but his kids and his kids' baseball team or whatever wanted to go. He's like, I didn't like it. I couldn't stand it. I said, but that's the beauty of horror movies, man. Anybody can tell you a joke, but it takes a special weirdness to be able to elicit fright out of someone.
Right. Yeah.
So Bobby the Brain.
Bobby the Brain. Here we go.
Yeah, come on.
I have lit the light. We are official.
Wow,
that's good scotch.
Are you recording?
I am. Even before we started the showing.
Not that it matters, because one of us still has to do the editing.
The thing and the other thing, and then this thing and that thing.
So let's start
pictures this morning. I'll get one thing in before we go.
Okay, go ahead.
I sent you a weather picture. You are rolling into fall when you get here.
Oh, and we're looking forward to that. You have no idea.
I would bet.
I'm tired of it being hot all the time.
Right.
So Drew sent me a little snapshot. It's 52 in the home offices of South Yankton, Iowa.
Just inventing shit now.
What's Vinny saying?
He's saying he just got off the plane from Croatia.
Oh, Vinny.
Oh my God.
You know what? Let's amend the toast. Let's definitely amend the toast.
We could do that. I could rehab us a gain.
from the Isles of Croatia, now back on the terra firma of California.
Terra firma.
This is going out to Vinny. Thank you, Vinny.
Little did I know, but apparently we are being watched on the telly in my upstairs, even as we speak.
Oh, did they put it on your television? Is Sprinkles in 21 there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, gosh. That means I got to be good.
Well, relatively. And I apparently need to be good, too. So,
do you have ESPN up?
Yes, I do. I do for a fact.
You do not. You're just pulling it up right now.
It's right there. Pigskin Pick'em, week number 3.
All right. Then why don't you go ahead and give us the update on that?
Well, it's a sad update. It's same stuff, different day. Captain Carlson and his mofos have run the table again with a 12. I was pulling up second place with an 11. Yeah. I'm 5 games down on the season because of my week 1 badness.
But our fervor for doing a online choosing really kicked us in our pee-pee area.
Did it not?
Oh my gosh.
Area, we got the boots.
Oh, I was looking at that throughout the morning. I'm like, oh, this is awful.
Right. And you know what? I had a bunch last time, but I don't got a bunch this time. Wow. We are not nearly as smart as we would portray ourselves to be, my brother.
That is, but you know, we try. We give it the old college try, as it were.
By our women that were very trying on occasion.
And a little pulling the curtain back, your friend Carrie Waters wants to get in on this.
As well, she should.
So you got to hook her.
Well, did you say hooker?
I said you have to get her acquainted with how to log in, is what I said.
Oh, I will do that. All right. Well, it sounds like we've been shut off downstairs, so we can say fuck. Upstairs, we've been shut off.
And I think Mrs. Spike wants to get in on this.
He just wants my money.
The funny thing about that is we haven't posted a podcast on iTunes lately, and so when she does her morning routine, she keeps saying, well, I can't hear you guys, so I'm going to pull up the YouTube videos, and I kind of shudder a bit. I'm like, God, do we say anything bad on that?
Well, we say fuck a lot.
It's not too bad. So
not terrible. She just wants my money. That's why she wants to get in on this deal.
Probably. Okay, so that's a good start. www.805liveshow.com. Get some past episodes. Also, go over to ESPN and sign up for the Pigskin Pick'em. Free to join. $5 Amazon gift card for the weekly winner.
Yes. Link on our Facebook page. Go over there, sign up. Doesn't matter what the season totals are. Just get in there and have a little fun.
Yeah. Can do a little get loopy, talk smack, all that other good stuff.
Yeah, really, if someone were to win the weekly Pigskin Pick'em, he might call the home office in South Yankton, Nebraska at 402-882-0298 and maybe talk a little shit. But I don't know.
You know what? I got to get Papa Spike in on this when I'm out there. I'll get him signed up. That'll be fun.
Right.
Okay. Where do I start? Let's start with went and saw Grand Funk Railroad this weekend.
I understand they're an American band.
They are. They are indeed an American band. And let me tell you this. Considering who they are, they're an old 70s rock band for those who may be too young to know who these guys are. There's old 70s classic rock band. And you would think that they would probably be a C level,
Yeah, they're not going to be doing any stadiums anytime soon.
Right. I mean, they're playing this little casino. It's not even near Sacramento. Well, I mean, it is. It's like an hour and a half away. But
they're not even doing big bar rooms.
Exactly. But I'm here to tell you, each and every one, spread the word, listen to me sing. they put on a hell of a show.
Nice.
The original bass guitarist, the original drummer, and I think the singer they've had for quite a while. And then the whole cusp of why I even went, Bruce Kulick, ex guitarist for Kiss, is with them now.
Frank,
good point.
Your email buddy, Bruce.
My good friend Bruce Kulick, who we share emails back and forth.
You guys share the news of the day. Have a conversation.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. The sound was incredible. They were tight as hell. Everybody spot on. Nobody looked like they were lax. Nobody looked like they were not given an F to be there. Every one of those guys having fun and sounding good. And you know what? They do, one of their songs is called Walk Like a Man. And there was a little probably auto-tune or a little something on it. I didn't care. It worked for me. I'd rather it be a little auto-tuned and sound good than them saying, nah, and just give it to me half-assed.
Right, yeah. I got to tell you.
Please.
Interesting. I got to tell you I think it's maybe the last 10-year phenomenon of bands that used to be big, bands that used to be huge, playing county fairs and everything, the We're Broke and We Need Money tour. The only one that I've been to, and I've been to a lot, just like you, I've been to a lot of them. The only one that I thought wasn't pretty damn good was John Waite, and that's because his sound was jacked up. Everybody on stage was giving it their all. They just had technical difficulties.
Right. And
so, yeah, it's been fun money to spend.
And I think at one point that was a joke to many people. But I'm going to say this, though, too. I'm glad these bands are doing this.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're going to casinos. I'm glad they're going to fairs because I couldn't see them back in the day.
Right. It has made me regret some of my misspent youth because once upon a time I had a chance to see Pink Floyd and just didn't get the trigger pulled.
Right. And that's one that would be hard to replicate today.
It's not going to happen. Just won't happen. David Gilmour, Roger Waters would just as soon punch each other in the throat, I think.
Exactly.
I've seen Queen, but I didn't see him with Freddie. Things I should have done, I'm never going to get to do now, but I've got real close. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I absolutely love the fact that these guys are doing this stuff.
I think, is the guy's name, is it Ben? Yeah, I want to get this drummer's name right because the drummer is the actual main lead singer.
Original?
Yeah. Like nice. The guy that sings the guy that sings We're an American Band.
That's him.
That's the drummer.
Nice. You're just happy to see a drummer that actually gets some props. I know you.
And I haven't even begun to and I haven't even begun to tell this story yet. Drums. Don Brewer is the guy's name.
Hear that, podcast group?
That sounds like an empty glass. Party foul.
Yep, there'll be no editing of that either.
Okay. So he comes out and he's got a great Led Zeppelin style kit, virgin bass, 2 toms, high toms, and then 2 floor toms. And really nice sparkle drum set.
Yeah.
The thing that I thought was odd was there was a separate bass drum on the ground in front of the kit that was on like a little mini riser.
That he can't get to.
And I'm like, so he kicks his bass drum so hard he needs a standby? And then I'm like, and they're going to put the standby on stage? What? Sugar, what?
You can't kick that pedal hard enough to break a head.
Oh, man. But people do.
Well, maybe Tommy.
So they're ripping through some of their hits. Just great stuff. And then they get off the stage and he does a little drum solo. And this guy's he's got a single kick drum, but he's doing double pedal.
Yeah, double pedal. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And the guy's just going.
That is one of my favorite drum things ever. Is double up on a kick.
And I'm trying. And I'm starting. I want to learn. I'm trying to do that more. But the guy doesn't miss a beat, and he goes on for a good solid like 3 or 4 minutes of just.
And just a heads up, he's older than we are by a chunk.
Oh yeah.
By a chunk. So this is embarrassing because you and I be fucking oxygen.
At one point, I tapped Mrs. Spike, and we look at each other, and we're like, "What the?" This guy is just killing it. And then he starts doing more stuff, and he's not doing the speed, which is what I don't like. I like the rhythm. Some rhythm stuff, man.
And I'm trying to think of what solo you got me thinking of now. And I can't. So that story is going to suck. Right. You continue with yours, sir.
So after a certain point, he, gets everybody to shout, and then he comes out from around, and I wanted the drumstick so bad. I wanted it. I could have lunged, and I probably could have got it. But some hag like 2 rows behind me gets it.
Why she got to be a hag?
You'll find out here in a minute.
You're just mad because she got your stick.
Nope, there's more to the story.
Okay. All right.
So he grabs another pair of sticks, and everybody comes out, and a stagehand grabs the bass, that second bass drum, and he sets it up like right in the center. The lead singer, not the drummer lead singer, the other lead singer they had, he comes out and he sits at that bass drum like an orchestra drum. And then they bring out some bongos, and Bruce Kulick came out with a tambourine, and I'm just
serious?
I'm turgid at this point.
For those of you who don't know that word is, go to school.
Right. And Don just 1, 2, 3, 4, and just the most amazing rhythmic, thunderous, just and it's just like, oh, I want to do that so bad. And I'm like thinking, okay, well, I got to get the guys in my band to do that because that was so awesome. And so the guy was just using it as just kind of a accented bass drum to what what Don Brewer was doing. And Bruce Kulick on the tambourine, and the keyboard player had bongos, and the bass player was on something. And it was just this thunderous, rhythmic, pulsating percussion thing. And I just was digging it.
Dude, and that is cliche as hell. And we should be like, yeah, that's so played. But I love it every time that happens. And it happens more often than not. And I love it. You give that guy 15 minutes and let him do his thing. God, I love that. And I take it every day and Sunday, man. It was phenomenal, just phenomenal. Because those guys, like you said, those guys are older than we are, man, and they're kicking it. They're playing hard, as hard as any young band out there right now. I know it, and they're doing it every night. Saxon did the same thing when I saw them. And you know what? Get down with your bad self. I love it. It's cliche as hell. Everybody walks, well, generally, except for with these guys, apparently. Everybody walks off stage. The drummer sweats his ass off, flings sweats, throws sticks, and just for 10, 15 minutes, and you're just standing there with your jaw slack.
Right.
Yeah.
So this happened Saturday, and they played a couple more songs, and then the lights go down, and Bruce Kulick comes out with this beautiful charcoal Les Paul, and everybody's screaming. You can tell there is a certain KISS contingent there to see him. And Don Brewer walks out from behind the drum set, and he brings out the biggest American flag you've seen in your life.
Yeah.
And he sticks it right in the front of the stage. And Bruce Kulick starts doing da 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 da. Hey guys. Hey. Look at that.
Look at that.
21.
That'd be Sparkles.
Sparkles 21, both of them.
Yep. Big old American flag.
So Star Spangled Banner, just like Jimi Hendrix.
No way.
The crowd loses everything that they have.
All their is gone.
Because this is like I said, this happened Saturday on the cusp of what happened with the president's announcement on Friday. And so they put that flag in there, spotlight on Bruce Kulick, spotlight on that flag, and he does Star Spangled Banner. Oh
my God, dude.
I've got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. It was so good. I think I have a little bit. If I have a little,
hearing about it,
if I have a little bit of video, I will post that for you guys to take a look at. So let's wrap up the story with a bow. So,
whoa! You got to go back to the.
You're right.
Yep. Why is she going to be like that?
Grand Funk Railroad is famous for a song called "I'm Your Captain." Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. That's the two Grand Funk songs I know. I think. I might know more. Usually I do, but those are the two that come to mind.
So Mrs. Spike and I have seat 1 and seat 2 in the very front row because that's how I roll.
A moment, please. We got to come up with something besides Mrs. Spike for her.
No, I'm good with that.
She has her own. She has her own identity. That's very sexist of you.
Yoko too. I don't know. You're derailing the story right now. We'll talk about that later. So we're sitting in 1 and 2 center row of this place.
Right.
But all of a sudden, when I'm Your Captain comes on, people are starting to flood towards the stage.
Sure they will.
Well, that doesn't work for me.
No.
Because the front row, we're all still kind of sitting. There was a couple people that got up, but it was like, you all need to go back there. Well, stage left, there's a security guard there who's taking care of his side of the stage. Stage right, where I'm at, or on the right of me, he's like just trying to wave people. I'm like, get off your ass and do something, dude.
See, and that is why my newfound love is either having a table on the patio at the Hard Rock outside, which, oh my God, rocks so hard because you're totally side stage, getting to see everything.
Nice.
Or sitting on a couch inside at the Hard Rock. You know how cool that is. That's my jam. I'm an old guy now.
I gotta say,
the lap of luxury, have somebody bring me martinis and shrimp cocktail. Dude, I
gotta say, when we saw Ace Frehley and that was where we were at, that was awesome.
Dude, yeah, it rocks. And you have a waitress coming.
Lucky waitress.
Well, the girl was happy as often as you would like her to, which is, a little control there as well.
So, I'm getting a little edgy. This is making me a little not happy
because it's people-y.
Because people are like standing in front of me and I paid good money for these seats.
Right. Don't be standing in front of me.
So a little midget girl who grabbed that stick, she's standing like right in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like yelling, move. I mean, I'm not going to yell as loud as I did there, but move. She just turns around and just looks at me and just drunk and dancing, just I wanted to grab that stick out of her bag so bad, dude.
Yeah, but what bad things you would have done with it might not have been good either.
I would have kept it and just said, dirt.
But yeah, I adopted your derp lately. I've been saying it probably a dozen times a week, and I'm nearly ashamed of myself, but I like it a lot.
And I just can't believe that this security guy can't get our side of the stage or area clear.
Because let's be honest, it's a house of 100 people, probably.
Oh, I'm guessing it was about 400.
I was being sarcastic. That's where I was actually.
But still, I mean, come on. Right. I want to give it the credit they deserve. It was a packed house. It was full.
Right. Sure.
And I was mad. I was really, really upset about this. And so then they started doing, we're an American band. And I had to sit. I mean, because I was being kind of pouty about it, but I'm like, but they rocked it out. It was real good. And so the show gets over and I'm supposed to meet Bruce, like he said, 20, 30 minutes by the cafeteria. So
to me, that's Mr. Kulick.
Sorry. Sorry. That's my friend, Bruce. You can call him Mr. Kulick.
Gotcha. Okay. I understand he is a guitar player.
Right. He, So I'm heading out I'm trying to kind of move a little bit, trying to get going, but like I said, we're in the front. So which means the exit's behind us.
Right. You and Bruce got a mandate
right
after the show.
And as we're getting up a little bit further, who do I find doing the little drunken walk shuffle? But the little woman who got in front of me, who got the drumstick or whatever. So I reach behind me and I, which Mrs. Spike usually is pretty smart and she knows to grab my hand when I do that.
Reach around.
Right. And so I may have body checked her a little bit.
Inadvertent.
And she spins around and she's like, hey, that was kind of mean. I went, oh yeah? So was standing in front of me for all the show. And she kind of just looked at me like, ugh. And I gave her another body check as we went going. She's like, hey. And
hi. I think I saw that chick at a show in Sioux City. We were at Hailstorm and Evanescence and Chevelle, and I can't remember who else. And it was that exact same chick who was during Chevelle and all this. And then Hailstorm and Evanescence come on, and she's passed out in her old man's lap the whole time. I mean, doesn't even know she was there.
She was middle aged when Grand Funk Railroad came out, so that gives you an idea.
It's the same chick.
I was not a happy camper, but find the cafe. I got my painting, got a poster.
Did you have that with you in the show the whole time?
No, because I knew I was going to have enough time. So I was up and then, as you can see over my right shoulder, this book here came with the box set. And so I had him sign that. I've got everybody else on there pretty much too.
Stop fingering the book. That's disgusting.
Nice. And we're just sitting there waiting. I'm like, oh man, hope he shows. And we're waiting. And I've kind of lost track of how much time has passed. So I don't have a gauge of time.
Right.
And
this is the cafe in the casino?
Yeah. Okay. And elevators open up. And there he is, not with anybody, just himself. And I'm just,
are you shitting me? Just walks out of the elevator.
Walks out of the elevator.
Hang out with my boy Wade.
I'm just like, I'm like, is this happening right now? Oh my gosh!
How many times have you seen him with Kiss?
I saw him on the Hot in the Shade tour. I saw him on Asylum. Probably maybe 3, 4 times, so maybe 3.
The guy you've seen hit the arenas hard.
Oh yeah. He's
right.
He was pivotal.
So I'm just setting the stage for this moment.
Oh yeah, this guy. I mean, Bruce is definitely. I mean, next to Ace Frehley, and I would even say above Tommy Thayer. Bruce was a pivotal guitarist in the lexicon of Kiss's music. Drink.
I would say he's the Randy Rhoads of Ozzy Osbourne, only he's still alive.
Well, no, that'd be Ace Frehley as far as if you're going to put the two together. Ace Frehley made the sound what it was.
Right.
When they took the makeup off, Bruce was very pivotal in that era of how the sound was.
Right. And he and his brother had been playing studio gigs for them forever before that, right?
Well, and that's the dirty little secret of like Kiss Alive 2. You find out that Bob Kulick, Bruce's brother, played some overdubs on that.
Right. Which is not a shock. I mean, come on, that happens all the time.
It's a stab in my heart to a little kid who thinks that's the 4 guys. But, you know, it's like, okay, I try to deal. I try to accept.
No, and I get that. But, yeah, come on, it's reality. Glenn Campbell played on a shitload of stuff you love in the rock world, and you never knew it.
Really?
Beach Boys stuff? Yeah, Glenn Campbell's all over that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, he was studio guitar forever.
I roll out the painting and he really likes the painting. And I tell him my story. I'm like, well, when I said I was at the thing at LA and I said, you look like you were really intense talking to someone. And I said, I kind of got gun shy about having you sign this. And he thought that was kind of funny. He's like, did you enjoy it? I said, oh yeah, that was a pivotal moment. And he liked the thing. He signed it. He signed the book. He took some pictures. He's like, well, I got to get, they're taking us to the airport in Sacramento because we got to fly to the next gig. And I'm like, I'm still a little, yeah. I just say to him, I appreciate it so much. Thanks and whatever. And
is this the first time you talked to him?
No, I actually met him once before. He played a guitar clinic at Skip's Music here 100 years ago, and I was at. Okay. And that picture is awful. That nobody will ever see that picture. Oh my gosh. There's 2 pictures of me with stars that are just the worst. One of them is with Bruce Kulick, and the other one was when I met one of my favorite drummers, Bobby Rondinelli. I look a mess.
But I've seen that one.
Have you seen that one? You remember that one?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I've got that one. So
my hair's like 18 different ways, and I just got the weirdest look on my face.
Yeah, I'm gonna blackmail you with that one.
Ay, Dios mío. So anyway, so that was my experience with Grand Funk Railroad.
Which is cool. It gets back to my Queen kind of thing, because now you're experiencing Grand Funk, you're experiencing Bruce Kulick, you're experiencing Kiss. So that's the saving grace of all this things that have come after these guys.
So the next one to come up that I don't think he's going to do this yet. Okay. Corey Feldman's supposed to be here in October.
I saw that.
That might be interesting. And I actually like one of the songs he does.
Because all your taste is in your mouth. Seriously?
I don't know if it's because I've heard it so many times, but there's, like we were talking about earlier, there's a rhythmic thing to it. And what I'll do is I'll post it on the 805 Facebook page, and you guys decide what you think, if it's good enough or not. You know what I need to do, Drew? I need to cover where it says viewers, because I see that and I stop in my tracks.
And here's the thing that you never remember.
I know.
It's on YouTube forever. Go look at the views from a month ago. You'll see a bunch of views. So don't worry about it.
All right. So yeah.
Ourselves weeks from now.
So Corey Feldman is coming to Sacramento. Bullet Boys are supposed to be here. LA Guns. So if you
go to LA Guns, I will kick you in the ding ding.
Why?
Because you gave me crap about saying, I might go see LA Guns. And you're like, why? To see their one hit? I'm like, yeah, that's stupid. I'm not going to go see LA Guns. So if you go see LA Guns, I'm kicking you in the crotch.
Michael Sweet from Stryper's supposed to be here. His meet and greet is like $35. I'm thinking about going to that one.
It's only about $20 overpriced.
I'm going to go there and I'm like, I don't have anything for you to sign, but hi.
I got a dead bumblebee. Could you sign that?
So the year of going to shows is not over yet. In fact, it will probably end with my birthday present that Mrs. Spike got me. We're going to see the Foo Fighters at the big arena here in Sacramento. So that'll be a great cherry on top of this tour.
I've always had this question. Are they united fighting Foo together, or are they Foo that is fighting? I've never understood.
Are you being sarcastic? Because I can't tell.
No. I'm serious. I've never understood their name.
So when Nirvana found its demise, he went on a sabbatical of not wanting to play music at all. Okay. He sat in his room and he even stayed at his mom's house, and I guess, and he just kind of sat there. And
I was in Nirvana, now I'm in my mom's basement.
Right. And finally, after, and I don't remember the period of time he said it was, but he's like, finally, I got to shake this off. And he started writing some music. And I think I'm going to have to look at the biopic that I watched. It may be in Seattle. And if it is, I'll tell you where he went. But so he wrote a bunch of songs for the first album. My nose tickles. Gosh darn it. Wrote a bunch of songs for the first album and then played all the instruments himself. And he's like, well, I don't want people to know who did it because they're going to say, oh, that's Nirvana's drummer. So he just Foo Fighters. And he's even said he hates the name, but I mean, you know.
I honestly wasn't pulling your chain. I have never understood where that name came from. Cherry Pop Daddies. I've read the story. I know where that name came from. So many of them. What? Yeah,
it was just, he pulled it out of the air and it just went from there. There's a great, it might be on Netflix, and gosh darn it, you got to watch something I tell you to watch eventually.
I will if you ever watch Hudson Hawk.
Deal. Okay. Where are we at time-wise? Oh, gosh. Okay, I got to talk about this. And then we got to get to this great list. I got a great list going for everybody. And what you'll do is, if you're watching on YouTube right now, if you hit see more, it should be right about there.
Oh, dude, you throw these softballs.
I know, right? Click that. And I made a playlist of the songs we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. But first, let me tell you about Spike had to go to the doctor yesterday. Got a little stuff going on. Time to see the doctor. Now, I don't remember if people heard my story about my doctor, but I, at one point, was tired of not having a doctor that I could understand. I wanted one who was primarily thank you, vodka, primarily English speaking.
There you go.
So I've got Dr. and he laughs every time I call him this. I'm like, it's Dr. McConaughey, but it's like McLaughlin or Matthew McLaughlin or something like that. The guy is real clean cut, super nice guy. I feel this is the first doctor I've ever felt like I could say just everything to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we talk about this and we talk about the other. And then we talk about, he's like, so I want to send home with you is it family test kit? Something test kit.
Whoa.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, well, you just turned 50. And so usually the practice is you get a colonoscopy. And I'm like, you got to take me out to eat first, doc. Come on.
Or as my father referred to it, the Buick headlamp on a 2x4.
And he said that used to be what they did, but they're switching now because they're finding that the colonoscopy is actually sometimes a little too intrusive, that it's hurting people's insides. That it's actually,
as well it should.
Right. He says, so I'm going to send this kid home with you, and just do what the instructions say, and send it back. And I'm like,
you can't even say it.
I'm like, well, I said, what are you saying? What do you mean? What am I testing? Well, you have to send us a stool sample.
Like a dog.
I got timing sucks. You have to send us a stool sample. I'm like, okay. I hate poop, fart. I'm like, are you kidding me, doc? He's like, well, see, what you do is you send us a sample. It comes back negative. We don't have to do the colonoscopy. I'm like,
okay.
That might not be the worst thing in the world that have happened to me.
That didn't happen to you.
I look at I haven't done it yet, but
You're not eating any corn, are you? Or peanuts?
I haven't done it yet, but I have examined the protocol of what's going to happen.
Right.
There's a big sheet-ish that apparently you lift the bowl or lift the lid, you put the sheet there and then put the lid down so you evacuate onto the sheet instead of the bowl.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah. So
what if it's a really good morning?
Exactly. So my thought is I'm going to sit down and wait to see what kind of a day I'm having. If I think there's the remote possibility that the evacuation won't go as planned.
Because you don't want it backing up.
Right. But if I feel like it'll be a good solid movement, I'll have the thing ready and just stand up and make sure it's on there and then hopefully evacuate. Now.
Oh, there are parts of me that are laughing so much.
I wish I would have brought it in with me. I guess the best thing I can do is
You don't have the sheet here, do you?
It's in the other thing. Hold on.
Oh, good. Like, no, don't go get the sheet.
Just hold. I'm potting down as I'm yelling.
I saw that.
It can happen to. Oh, I bet she's not. Maybe she's outside.
She's probably not thinking of your poop sheet. Did you know, as you're waiting?
Yeah.
DirecTV is for the first time offering refunds to Sunday Ticket subscribers if they say, I want a refund because of the protests.
Are they really?
They really are.
So if they get a refund, does that mean they don't get to watch then the rest of the season?
That means you're out.
Oh, okay. Well, then they're stupid if they do that then.
Just saying. A little topicalness.
Very good. Very good.
Right.
All right. So we'll have to wait on that, or maybe I'll take a picture and we'll post it.
Oh, please.
Pre-evacuation.
That would be good. Is it like cottage cheese cloth or some business?
So the item you have is sort of like this, but it's square and it's shorter.
Dude, what do you do with that thing?
And apparently you push it and a little pointer comes out.
No.
Then you put said pointer into the
sample
defecate.
The fiscal defecate.
It sucks back into the tube. You cap it, and then they give you a self-stamped. Then they give you a self-addressed stamped envelope that you send it in the mail.
So this whole big sheet of defecate.
Right.
What are you supposed to do with that the whole time? Just balance it on your hand?
Well, no. I mean, I'm assuming that it'll stay with the toilet lid being down.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Because it's got the little 4 feet.
I'm guessing. I'm hoping.
Right. Well, on the bright side, you can make sure you don't hit a peanut that way, I suppose. You know, nothing but the good stuff.
But then what do I do with it after I've collected the sample?
I think probably you lift the seat and hit the flush button. Just going to throw that out there.
The paper, too? That's a lot of paper.
You don't want to save that. What are you going to do with it? Recycle it?
Boo.
I know you live in California, but there are some things recycling people want nothing to do with. 2 of them will be in your toilet that day.
Hoy. So, yeah. So other than some other things that happened, I get to take a test.
Well, I know how you do in tests.
Oy.
You better study up. We have a quiz to get to, Dag.
Let's do that.
We can't do it yet. We'll do it now we can do it. Are you ready to do it?
Yep.
All right.
Do the right one.
I know. Toss them. Pick them for a second.
Let's all do a shot and stop.
That's not you.
Now, you talked over most of it. Can we play it again without talking over it?
Absolutely.
All right.
He's got curly hair and tattoos too. Let's all do a shot and stop.
That's awesome.
It's way better than what's in Drew's mouth. That segment's on strike until you come up with a better sounder.
Oh, I don't know what the heck we're going to do with that, but yeah. Okay.
Well, I like that segment, but I'm not doing it anymore.
I can smell pizza cooking, so let's crank through these. I've got about 19 of the worst freaking songs of the 80s is the title.
Excellent.
What I did is I went to a website. I'm not going to give it away because I don't want you all to steal my thunder for the next time.
Gotcha.
Website. They had some great categories of stuff. And so this is my segment of the worst freaking songs of the 80s. I've got the top 14 and I've got 5 honorable mentions.
Nice. I'm excited about this one.
So number 14, let's see. I think we're going to do for the sake of time, I'm going to give you the song title and just have you guess.
Okay.
That seems the fastest. Yes, maybe.
Sure, why not? We'll give it a shot.
All right. So coming in at number 14, little song called "I Just Called to Say I Love You."
That's a really crappy song.
Right.
I want to say that is tall black dude, curly hair.
Yes.
Jerry Curl. And his daughter's hot as hell. Lionel Richie.
Oh no, you're wrong.
Did I?
You are wrong. Oh, wait a minute. What happened there?
All right.
No, you've seen this guy's wife, but he hasn't.
Oh, that's Stevie? That's right. Dang it! Why did I think that was Lionel?
I don't know, but the way you were describing him, I thought, oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, and I know this now. I know that. Yeah.
So coming in at number 13, you and I love the movie that this came from. It's a little song called Kokomo.
Bermuda, Jamaica.
Boy, I want to take you.
There you go. The movie would be Cocktail.
Right.
The song would be performed by the Beach Boys.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now, I don't know that I agree with this because I think Kokomo is not a terrible song.
Well, this is my list, not yours, isn't it?
Right. Well, there you have it. And that's the definitive answer.
For tonight, for September 25th.
2017. That's the way it was.
That's the way it is. I put this one on there, but I was surprised that they did. It's a little song called Stuck With You.
Oh, Stuck With You. You're going to have to give me some hintage.
You and I take what they give because they're working for a living.
Taking what they're giving because we're working for a living. Oh, Stuck With You. I see now.
How do you not know our...
I know.
That's one of our staples of when we talk to each other. How you doing? Taking what you're giving. You don't remember who that is?
Not now when you put me on the spot. Thank you very gosh darn much.
Number 12 is Stuck With You by Huey Lewis and the News.
That's not who does taking what they're given because I'm working for a living.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, Stuck With You is not the best Huey tune ever.
Correct.
It's got a kind of a cool rhythm, kind of a cool groove, but
it's a little too.
Yeah, it's my whole Billy Joel problem. He can do Piano Man, and he also does Uptown Girl. Come on now.
Yeah, now I appreciate you saying that because we're going to come up against an artist throughout this list that I have started to have a beef with. Not my usual Twitter beef. It's just my internal. I might have to part ways with this artist.
You have mixed emotions. I get it.
But first, before we get to that one, we got to get to number 11 on the list of the worst freaking songs of the 80s.
According to Spike.
Get out of my dreams, get into my car.
Out of my dreams, into my car. Again, black guy with Jerry Curl.
Some of his other hits are Caribbean Queen.
Oh, see, now we're Lionel now.
Nope, Billy Ocean.
Billy, well, you could put those guys in a sack, shake them up, and toss them out. You wouldn't know which one's which.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, God. Yeah, that song sucked bad.
Right.
And the bad thing is MTV had 5 songs when that came out, so they played it every 6th.
They played it a bunch.
God.
All right. So that was number. I was trying to be good about checking everything off here. That was number 11. Okay. Now, number 10, there will be a little bit of controversy.
Controversy. I like it.
And in fact, I would almost say that I would want to take it off at this point, but I'm going to leave it on for now.
Okay.
Number 10, he's an SNL alum. It's a song called Party All the Time.
Is this the man who coined the phrase, put a radiator in your butt?
Oh, my God. That would have been the one to put on here.
We're talking about the one, the only Eddie Murphy.
There it is. There it is. It's actually not the worst song in the world.
Party all the time. Party all the time. Yep.
Girl wants to. Okay, so we're at number 10. Number 9. Okay. When it first came out, for the first 5 minutes, this was a decent song. But
it's got to be Europe then.
They overplayed this song so incredibly much that you just want to stab yourself when you hear it. This is a song called "We Built This City."
Oh, yeah. Absolutely storied band. Absolutely crappy overplayed song. Jefferson Starship. No, just Starship by that point.
Correct. Just Starship.
Yeah.
That brings us to number 8. Number 8 is a grope, as it were. And one of these guys have actually been on the list already. The song is called "That's What Friends Are For."
Oh. That's a duet, yes?
It's a triplet.
Oh.
But I think you're in the right ballpark.
And I can hear the sappy chorus in my head. Did Tina Turner do part of this?
Close, you racist bastard. It was another black woman. You're thinking of Gladys Knight.
In the Pips.
Well, no.
Just Gladys.
And 2 other guys. One that we've talked about on this list already.
I'm going to say, damn, it's got to be Lionel Richie because I've been pimping him for this whole list.
We didn't talk about him on the list. You chose him on the list, but we talked about Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, that's true.
So Gladys Knight, Stevie Wonder, Elton John. That's what friends are for.
Such a suck-ass song.
See what I'm telling you? This isn't
so bad.
Right. So that brings us up to halfway through the list. So I'm going to do a quick segue into my honorable mentions. And I'm just going to rifle through them real fast. If you either know them, you don't. We're going to skip through them as fast as we can.
Let's do it.
Number 5 on my honorable mentions, "Walk the Dinosaur."
Oh, yeah, Steve Martin.
No, that's was, not was.
That was, yeah, Don was. Yep.
Number 4, "Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto."
That's the worst song Styx ever did.
How embarrassing is that song?
Oh my God. Yeah, they should have kicked What's His Ass out right after Grand Illusion.
Right. Number 3, "Putting on the Ritz."
Taco.
Falco, isn't it?
No, it was Taco. Falco was Rock Me, I'm a Danish.
There you go. Number 2, "Sign of the Cross." All respect given, but number 2, "Bat Dance."
Don't even know.
Prince.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So bad.
Ugh.
And my number 1 honorable mention.
Yep.
The band that I think that I need to just move on from.
Ouch.
Invisible Touch.
Is that Genesis?
Genesis.
See, that's a toughie. Because some of their stuff I love to death.
There's a lot that I do, but I've come across a recent, I don't know, when I hear a Phil Collins singing, I'm like angsty, and I'm like, I can't change it fast enough lately.
Dude, "Home by the Sea" is one of the best songs ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but me and Phil Collins are just going to have to part ways, I think, for a while.
I've been watching too much South Park. I love Phil Collins.
Let's wrap it up. My pizza is waiting for me. Number 7, I think this came from the same movie we talked about earlier. "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Oh, that would be the Human Beatbox. Bobby McFerrin.
Very good. Yeah. Did that come from Cocktail too?
You know, I think that was in Cocktail.
I think so.
And
those are 2 songs that at the day they were okay. Have they stood the test of time? I don't think so.
It's not Southern Cross, I'll give you that.
There you go. Number 6 was in neither of our wheelhouses back in the day. "Hangin' Tough."
Oh, that would be the New Kids. on the block.
Exactly.
Mrs. Drew would disagree with you vehemently.
I'm sure we'll hear a silent scream soon.
She'll kick you in the ding ding next week.
There you go. Number 5. Oh, you know what? I've been lax on my number 5. He looked great in neon, but wake me up before you go.
Wake up before you go. Would that be George?
That would be George and Michael. Or no, not
George and Andrew. Yes.
And the band?
That would be Wham.
There it is. Okay, number 4. Yeah.
Say Karma Chameleon and I'll kiss you.
No, but I will say that these guys are on the list a couple times and we haven't mentioned them yet, but this is Blame It on the Rain.
Oh, Blame It on the Rain. No, that's I Can't Stand the Rain is where I'm at. Shoot. Blame It on the Rain. I can't get the rhythm in my head.
One word. Cornrows.
You've already called me a racist bastard, so I'm not even going to take a chance.
We're talking about Milli Vanilli.
Oh, they didn't sing that song.
Well, technically, you're right. Okay. Coming in at number 3.
Can't argue with you on most of these so far.
This guy and his wife should have been the belle of the ball back in the day, but the drugs kicked both their asses. We're talking about My Prerogative.
Well, at least he's still alive.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, so that would be, and you're right. This guy should have been a meteor.
Yes.
Yeah, Bobby Brown.
Exactly.
And you know what's funny is there's so many songs like that now. I'm big, I'm bad, I'm all that. Yeah. No time.
Coming in at number 2, Girl, You Know It's True.
Ooh, I love you. Oh, you know what? I don't even think I know who sang that crappy song.
We just talked about him 2 songs ago.
Would it be Milli and Vanilli?
Mm-hmm.
See, you're lying again because they clearly did not sing that song.
Right.
Right.
Which brings us up to the number 1 worst song of the 80s per Spike on today's date, which I reserve the right to change at any given time.
Humana.
But as of today's date, the number 1 song that I dislike, Susudio.
Oh, see, now you're just hating. I agree with you that it makes no sense and it's just a bunch of words that sound together, thrown together. I've actually drank with this guy in a bar, in the same bar. I've hung out with this guy, said like 2 words to him, but it was cool. That would be your buddy Phil Collins again.
That is Phil Collins. And Studio used to be one of my favorite songs, but for some reason, yeah, I like the drum part in it. It sounds real good, but man, something about his voice is you know what? Aliens must have come down and implanted something in my head for that. When I hear Phil Collins, what'd you say?
You got a headworm?
No, no, when I hear Phil Collins, I don't know what it's doing to me. But
I've got a problem with that song. It's that it makes no sense. It's like Billy Don't Lose That Number. What's it about? We don't know. He don't know. It's just words that sound good together. They don't mean anything.
So check out in the comments below. I've made a Spotify playlist with all of these songs in it. You can be your judge. Go ahead and give us a call if you think you have a better list. That number is 402-882-0298.
And you can fight for your right to have bad party. That was I thought I had something there, but I really had nothing.
But you know what? You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Tip your bartenders, tip your waitresses, return your stewardesses to their upright position, party at 408 Burley, and salute the flag however you want to salute the flag. That's what I got to say about that.
I'm with you there.
As always, make good choices, do good deeds. I'm Spike.
I'm Drew. We will see you in a week, and then we'll see you 2 days after that, sort of.
Oh, time out.
Hold on. There you go.
Okay. So
flag on the play.
Make sure everybody, if you watch this now, watch it later. Make sure you check out the 805 Live Facebook page to find out when we're going to do a show next week.
Yes.
Right. Probably won't be Tuesday because we're going to get ready to fly out to the home offices in South Yankton.
Is it going to be you and Steve Stevens and Billy again?
Oh, that would be awesome.
And Steve's plastic parts wife? Anyway. I shouldn't judge.
Make sure you make your picks. Make sure you check out all the stuff. Like, share, all that other stuff. All right. Get us out of here, brother.
All right. We're out.
805 Live with Spike and Drew is trademark copyright pending and not sober since 1979. For optimum performance and safety, please read these instructions carefully, which is funny because how can you read a podcast? Some names have been changed to protect the innocent and the guilty. Some portions of this have been edited for time and or content. Some of the trademarks mentioned in this episode appear for identification purposes only. Subject to change without notice. One size does not always fit all. Not recommended for children under 12. Slippery When Wet, which is also an outstanding album by our good friend John Bon Jovi. Substantial penalty for withdrawal. Hooters, we really want you to be a sponsor. Do not play your headset at high volume. Do not puncture or incinerate. Do not change without notice. Do not stamp. Do not just stare at it. Eat it. By listening to this disclaimer, you absolve Spike, Andrew, their families, their friends, their associates, people they may have had a one-night stand with or incidental contact with of any and all wrongdoings past, present, future, for all perpetuity. This supersedes all previous disclaimers.